Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Conversations with She's Successful. I'm one of your hosts. I am Nadia, and we have.
Lavita, how are you this evening?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. A little tired
Oh,
today. I'm just a little bit
yeah.
tired. But one thing I want to tell the audience that make sure you tune in to She's Successful. We have some great programs coming out. We have a new series coming out called The Crime Lab Report. We
Oh,
want
yeah.
you guys to tune in for that. And also, we are looking for guests for our International Love Connection. So if you would like to be a guest on our International Love Connection, make sure that you inbox us as well. Anything else I'm forgetting, Miss Lavita?
Oh, yeah. Don't forget, we have the International Love Connection coming up this Tuesday.
Tuesday night. That's right. Normally we
Yes,
on I think we're on Tuesday night and Friday night. So we're hitting you with 2 episodes this
that's
week
right.
of the International Love Connection. So make sure you tune in to that. And
At 8
always
p.m. Central Time.
8 p.m. Central Time.
Yes.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button on our Facebook page. We like stars. Send us some stars, please, over here, us ladies. We love stars to keep this content coming to you. And also, if you have a product that you want us to advertise, inbox us because we can always advertise your product or your service. Also, follow us on our YouTube channel. We are on YouTube, we are on Twitch, and we got something else coming up for you, but we'll tell you about that next time, right?
Yeah, that's right. We'll tell you about that.
We'll tell you about that next time, but we're going to be someplace else where you could catch us. So it's a secret for now, but we will let you know. But let's get on with the show. Today we have Miss Vishnu joining us today, and she's going to talk to you about healing. But before we go into that, while we're going to talk about healing, did you take yours today, Vita? Your goalie?
Oh, yeah, I did take my goalies, but I just want to let people know they are really good for you. And tell them about all the different
Listen, they support
nutrients.
your immune system. Okay. They give you energy. They have vitamin B9, vitamin B12, and they are oh so delicious. This one is apple cider vinegar flavor. And when I tell you they are so tasty, you can take up to 2 tablets 3 times a day. And you don't even recognize the health benefits of them because they taste so good. So we're going to go into a quick goalie commercial.
Okay.
Well, I'll take my second goalie.
Kickstart your day with Goalie. Use our code She's Successful and save 10% on your order. These gummies include vitamins B12 and B9 that support healthy immune function, heart health, and maintain healthy energy metabolism.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And when I tell you we have a guest on that's going to talk about healing and how you can heal, and when you have pain in your body and how you can get over that. Before she comes out, we have a brief video that we've prepared to tell you a little bit about our guest.
Vishnupriya is a money-conscious facilitator helping holistic healing practitioners build successful full-time healing businesses. She is also the founder of 0 Point Foundation, an organization that offers the 0pointschool.com, a spiritual school for teenagers, and 0pointhealing.com, a web directory of holistic healing practitioners. She is also a certified money coach and a passionate student of money, reading money books and spreading money education to the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome Vishnu. Welcome.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be here with you. Thank you, both of you, Nadia and Lavita.
Thank you so much for joining us today. And we tried to get a little bit of your bio in that video, but tell our audience a little bit about what you do.
Sure. So I'm a holistic healing therapist and I'm also a happiness coach. So I tend to do lots of workshops for schools, colleges, teachers, students. as well as in companies for the employees. So, all of these places I teach how you can build permanent happiness in your life through holistic healing. So, we have two different services in our holistic healing center. We also do personal one-on-one sessions for people with all types of different issues, whether it's health issues, relationship, financial issues, regardless of what challenge you're facing in your life at this time. Holistic healing has a solution for you, and that's a permanent solution. That's the benefit with holistic healing.
Can you explain to our audience what exactly is holistic? What does the term mean, and what is the history behind holistic healing?
Sure. So, holistic basically means considering the entire person as a whole, considering the emotional factors, considering the physical factors, the financial life of a person, the relationship that a person has. So, all areas of life. So, most of our challenges, whether it's health challenges or relationship or financial challenges, most of it stem from, say, for example, if my relationship isn't good and if I'm in constant conflict with somebody, it might affect my financial life. And if I have, for example, a lot of financial issues in my life, it might affect my health. So all the areas of our life are interconnected. And when we use the word holistic healing, it means that all areas of our life is considered. So if you come to me for a money block clearing session, for example, we might be discussing about, hey, how are your relationships at this time? How is your health at this time? What is your profession? What are you undergoing in your professional life? So we might be discussing about all areas of life to identify the root cause of your issues. And this is why I say holistic healing gives us permanent solution.
So, do you feel like if someone comes to you with, say, I'm having back pain, could that be related to something else that's going on with you?
Absolutely. So, if you refer to the book Heal Your Body by Louis Hay, which consists of all sorts of different health issues and the true root causes, true emotional causes of it. So, for example, if it is back pain, if it is upper back pain around your shoulders, it could be because you're taking too much responsibility in your life. This could be in the relationship side of things, or it could also be in the financial side of things, or profession side of things. On the other hand, if it is lower back pain, then this comes directly as a result of financial issues. So if you have too many financial issues and if you're constantly worrying about it, this affects your lower back. So each part of your body has a different message, so to speak. When we identify the message and make changes in our life, automatically those health issues gets healed permanently.
What about other health issues, like besides pain, people who are suffering from like high blood pressure and things like that? Could that also um, be due to something emotional that's going on?
Yes, absolutely. So I can give you an example with cancer, which is considered as a major threat for most of them. So cancer comes in, according to Heal Your Body book by Louis Hay. Cancer, the root cause of it is long-standing resentment. For example, if I have hatred, revenge kind of issue going between me and another person for a very very long time, and if I'm not able to express it to that person, the anger, the hatred, and if I'm burying it inside of me for a very long time, this can cause cancer, is what the book says. Similarly, I have had clients who come to me with cancer and we have helped them heal it. And this has been always the case. They somehow have a long standing resentment with one particular person in their lives.
I just have a couple more questions before I turn it over to Lavita. Now, what are some of the techniques that people can use to try to prevent some of these health issues?
Sure. So this is what I teach in the happiness workshop. So because I had been doing these one-on-one sessions in the Holistic Healing Center for a long time, and I found that people need to be educated around this. There's no point in doing those one-on-one healing sessions provided they make long term changes in their lives. So that's the reason I started conducting workshops, educating people about their emotions. So there is something called the Map of Consciousness Explained, which is a book written by Dr. David Hawkins. He was a scientist who did research on human consciousness for about 50 years, and he has come up with this beautiful scale which ranges from 0 to 1000. And and this particular scale has all the emotions. For example, anger is at 100. Fear is at 100, and anger is at 150. Guilt and shame is at 20 and 30. Whereas if you see love is at 500, and above 500 there is peace, joy, enlightenment, permanent happiness. So in the book, the author says that all of us are here to raise our level of consciousness and keep improving in our life based on our emotions. Say, for example, if 10 years back, let's say that you had been a person who was constantly angry, and I can give my own example actually. So if I look at myself like 5 years back, I was very angry person. I tend to get worried too quickly. I get disappointed very quickly. I'm stressed and tensed most of the times. But now, after learning holistic healing and applying that to myself, I would say my level of consciousness has improved. Most of the times, I'm able to be happy in my life. So, in this case, it's all about then letting go and releasing those negative emotions and increasing our level of consciousness, becoming a happier person in general, will prevent all of these health issues and other issues in our life.
But when we have that emotion of anger that comes upon us, how do we learn to deal with that emotion? Because sometimes it's just a natural reaction for us to get angry. Like, how do we have that control to not let it affect us?
That's a beautiful question. So, first of all, the current anger, it's each of these emotions are like a tank. Imagine like a glass or something, which already consists of so much water in it, which means that much emotion of anger is already stored within me. So if something is happening outside of me, that is not creating the anger, it is just pressing the button, it is just triggering that anger emotion in me, and the emotion already exists within me. I have a full container of anger sitting inside, and I might bust out anytime there is a trigger from outside. So here, first of all, I have to empty my container. So when my container, if I have no anger storage in my body, in my energy field, then regardless of what happens outside of me, I might not get angry. I might be a very peaceful person. So one of the best self-healing ways that I've seen to clean up ourselves is meditations. And there are so many different kinds of meditations. Specifically, there is something called the Raja Yoga meditation, is something that I tend to teach
Can you
during my
spell that? How do you
workshops.
say it? Or
Raja Yoga, it is RAJA, yoga
okay.
meditation. Yes, so that specific one I have seen out of all the meditations, it helps us connect with our true self, um, with the universe, the universal love force. So when that energy flows through us, all those old deposits of anger and fear and worry and disappointment automatically washes off from us. And the more we do it, we become happier and happier in general in our life. So that's one of the best self healing medicines that I tend to teach during my workshops.
And one last question. Sorry, Lavita. How often do you recommend that people meditate?
So, in my case, I have a regular practice of meditating like 2 hours every day as soon as I wake up in the morning. But of course, not a lot of people. And if you're just getting started, I would say just start with a 10-minute meditation. I also have a mobile app called the Zero Point Happiness TV. So, in the mobile app, there are a lot of free meditations that I offer for people. So, I can type it in. So you can also put that out. So
Okay.
that's Zero Point Happiness TV.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it is available in the Google Play Store. So you can download the mobile app, and there are specific meditations. Most of it are just 10 to 15-minute meditations that anybody can do on a regular basis. But I would say daily meditations, just like brushing our teeth, even a single day, if we don't brush our teeth, it becomes really bad.
Yes.
So it's similar to that everyday cleansing process, cleansing our mind, cleansing our body, cleansing of our emotions are such important things. I It would have been great if all of us had been taught all of this while we were in the school, but of course, I hope at least for the next generation, future generation, these are taught while they are young, because then it becomes a practice for them. But those of us in this generation, I guess we have to create that daily practice for ourselves, understanding the benefits of it. And this is going to save us from so many different health conditions that might come in, especially during the old age. So it's good practices today that will give us a better future tomorrow.
Absolutely. I can't hear you, Lavita. Your mic is off. Let me try to turn it on.
Okay.
Okay.
So you speak about healing the body with meditation. And what about diet? Like if you have a lot of pain, is that also could be due to the fact that maybe you're missing certain vital minerals and nutrients also that you may need? And how do you work with a person's diet if that's what you do also?
Beautiful. That's another great question, because diet plays one of the important roles in our life, in our body as well, because that's the fuel that we are putting into our body. And these days, if you see, our food style has changed a lot comparing it with 100 years back. So during the sessions, let's say I do something called the 11-day holistic treatment, especially for people who have a lot of different issues in their life. Let's say a particular person has one or two health issues, and they might also have a little bit of relationship issues, and they might face a little bit of financial issues in their life. When there are multiple different issues, I usually recommend the 11-day holistic treatment. So during this treatment, what we do is is 30 minutes coaching where they are with me, speaking to me about their concerns. And on a regular basis, on those 11 days, I'm also giving them these are the changes that you have to make in your life. Along with it, there is 30 minutes of healing session. And holistic healing, this is the difference, this is the advantage of holistic healing, because it's not just conscious conversation, which is like, let's say, difference between talk therapy and holistic healing. I would say it's not just conscious conversations. The second 30 minutes of healing session actually goes into your energy field, into your subconscious mind, and pulls out, just like how I said, that anger container sitting within you, or the fear container. Let's say a particular person has anxiety and depression, which means their fear container is full, almost full, that the body and the mind is not able to handle any more fear in their lives. So, what we do in the energy healing process is we are cleansing and cleaning and removing that fear from your energy field, from wherever it is stored in your body. So, that's how the session happens. And usually, day three or day four, we have a diet analysis where we do a little analysis of what are the food that you're eating. And we also do lifestyle analysis, which means when do you wake up in the morning, what do you do throughout the day, when do you sleep, and how does your average day look like, and what are the changes that you can make in your lifestyle, so that first we get your issues healed for now, and then we also teach you how you don't have to create it again. So first of all, when you understand that you are the one who has created it due to some behaviors or life patterns, first you will get that awareness, and then you will also get the tools or the changes required so that you wouldn't manifest or create it again in your life. So there is the diet analysis and the lifestyle analysis. In the diet analysis specifically, we look at if you have a balanced diet, Is there enough of vegetables, enough of protein, enough of carbs, enough of fats required for your body that you are consuming? If it is out of proportion, it's normal. Let's say if a particular client comes in for overweight and wants to reduce weight, then diet plays a very important role along with holistic healing. So, in the Heal Your Body book, since overweight is one of the major issues, the overweight usually comes in with lot of due to lot of fear and a need for protection. That I somehow feel I have to be protected. I cannot stand alone. And these could be just, for example, women who have had um, divorce in their lives, or some kind of people whom they have missed in their life. It could be mother or father who passed away much quicker in their lives. So when that happens, we just start feeling that I have to be protected, and there is that inner fear that they are not able to show themselves out to the world. So we look at these emotional causes, and then we release these emotions from them, and then we make the changes in the diet, changes in the lifestyle that will give them a healthy losing of the fat from their body. So these are some of the examples.
Now, what about being around like your friends that's toxic, or your work environment that may be toxic? What are some of the things you can do to try to, get out of that situation? Or
Yes, that's another beautiful question, because it is those toxic relationships that creates a lot of other issues like health issues, financial issues, and other areas it affects us. So now it's important to understand, when it comes to relationships, it's important to understand why you have certain conflicts with certain people. So here I might have to refer to the book Your Soul's Plan, written by Robert Watts. So it is being said, even prior to we step into this lifetime, our soul has a particular plan in this lifetime. Like, this is what I'm here to achieve. This is what I would like to learn in this lifetime, right? So as we are born, and if you look at a person's life, when they finish up this lifetime and go back, they are basically, what is it that they are taking back, right? What is it that each one of us are taking back? If you ask that question to yourself, you will notice most likely it's just what we have experienced and the knowledge that we have gained from this lifetime. So at the end of the day, then, the holistic healing book says that we are here to take wisdom, to learn certain things, and take that wisdom back. So each of us are in that kind of growth process. Therefore, every challenge that you face in this life, whether it's health challenges or relationship conflicts, if you have particular relationship conflict with few different people, the question to ask yourself is, if my soul is trying to learn certain lessons from these issues, what would that be? And if you have had, let's say, some kind of breakup in the past, this as well is kind of planned, especially the negative events are said to have been planned by our soul in order for us to learn something in this lifetime. So, what is it that I'm trying to learn? If this person, let's call him the villain of my life, if I am the one who has chosen this person to play this villain role in my life, what is it that I wanted him to teach me? And what is it that I'm trying to learn here? And once you get that lesson, and just to give you an example, this could be something like taking your power back, right? So, for example, let's say you have had constant conflicts with this person because of your dependency on him. You might have been depending on him for making decisions, or depending on him for love, as an example. So there could be a lot of different types of dependencies. And let's say in this lifetime, you want to learn how to be independent, how to take your power back, then most likely you might have some kind of conflicts with this person over and over again. What this person is trying to teach you in the back side of things is take your power back, be an independent woman, and allow that inner love of yourself to flow through you. You are not dependent on me for love. So this is just one type of example. There could be a lot of different things going in the background. So once we understand that, yes, I got it, this is the lesson that I'm trying to learn, once we understand that, then we will be ready to forgive this person and let him go. Because at the end of the day, the conflict that has happened is a gift for me. So when I understand the gift behind the scenes, then I'll be ready, truly ready for forgiveness. So once I forgive and release this person completely, every time I think about this person, if I can feel grateful gratitude, it means my relationship is completely healed. So there is the forgiveness meditation as well in the mobile app that I said. So there's two different meditations for relationships. One is called the forgiveness meditation. The second one is the soul linking meditation. So forgiveness meditation is like erasing those bad memories from the past, and soul linking meditation creates new energy of love, that love and gratitude that you can feel towards this person. Once you do both of those meditations, your relationship will be completely healed.
Okay, that sounds great. I just want to know, like, for instance, um, you can sometimes you can feel people's aura. I guess I'm saying it. I don't know if I'm saying it right. You can just walk in a room and you can feel, oh, that's a happy person, or that's a miserable person. Um, is that something like psychic ability we have, or is that just something natural? Or
Absolutely. All of us are psychic, in fact, and that's what the holistic healing books as well says, that all of us are psychic. We are always picking up thoughts and emotions of others. For example, if you go to a place, let's say a bank, where all the bank employees are super stressed and angry on that particular day, even when you step in, you already start feeling that stress or that anger in general. Similar to this, if you're walking into a beautiful place where a lot of people are so peaceful and happy in general. And yes, that word is aura. So you can easily sense, I really love to be in this place, and these people are really amazing. I feel a positive energy every time I come in here. So, yes, we are totally psychic. All of us are. It's just that we have to start recognizing that, oh, looks like I'm psychic. I'm able to actually feel, the emotions and the energies of others.
and also, what about picking up? Say you have a friend and they tell you their problems, and you start feeling bad, and you're almost like stressing out over it because they're telling you their problems, and you feel like, wow, this is just horrible. I feel as though it's affecting me some kind of way because of what they're telling me. So what do I tell a friend like that tells me stuff and it bothers me, but I don't know how to say, your stuff is really bad and it's really making me sick.
Mm. Beautiful. There is two process or two steps that we can take around this. First of all, I do not have to emotionally sympathize with others. So that's first thing. It's like a wall or a boundary that we have to build around ourselves, so we are not emotionally attached to others' emotions. So, for example, the more I have practiced the holistic healing, um, one thing I have noticed in the past, if I'm talking to an angry person, I tend to normally get angry as well. And here it's only once again that person's anger is acting like a trigger that is triggering that angry anger container in me. So it's not that I'm only absorbing that person's emotion. Instead, since I also have that anger within me, it gets so easy for both of us to become angry at this point in time. Versus the more I do meditations, the more I do personal self healing for myself, the lesser the anger is, the easier I can have that boundary. I don't have to emotionally sympathize with them or get emotionally attached to them. I can listen to the whole story as if I'm watching a movie, for example. Let's say I'm going to a movie theater watching a movie, but I feel no emotions. I can see the content. I'm feeling great that I'm watching this movie, but I'm not really emotionally synchronizing with the characters of the movie. Similar to this, when somebody is talking to us, even if it is a close friend or a family relative, here again, I can be an observer with non attachment, an observer who is not sympathizing and getting into that emotional game with them, but I'm simply observing and maybe I'm just giving them remedies. Because you can imagine, in my case, being a holistic healing therapist, I have clients all the time come to me by
Mhm.
telling me a lot of emotional issues that's going on with them. So if
Yes.
I start getting emotionally attached to them, obviously I cannot be happy in my life. So here I become a total observer. Even if the client is sitting and crying, I'm just observing, understanding the root causes of it, understanding what is happening behind the scenes. But it does not make me feel bad if somebody is crying, for example. So I
Mhm.
guess it's a practice over time for us to build that muscle of non attachment. Once that is done, even if this person comes in, kind of tells you all the time all the bad stuff happening, you're like, oh, I see, maybe you should try this the next time. And maybe, you're recommending something, or you're just like, oh, I see. And then, it just vanishes out from your mind. You're no more thinking about it over and over again. So that's the first side of things. The second side of things is also to keep boundaries with people, letting them know that, hey, if that conversation is happening over and over again, you might have to open up and tell them, hey, I'm not actually interested in this particular conversation. Or you might have to recommend them, why don't you try out, this therapist or this person who might help you with these issues? Because if we sit and discuss this, it's just going to affect both of us. These negative conversations, these negative emotions, it's not good for both of us to sit and talk about this. Let's talk about something good in our lives so that something good can start happening, right? So some kind of conversation of that sort has to come in if you notice those negative conversations happening over and over again.
All right, that's some good advice.
Yes.
And can people in other areas get in touch with you if they're in the States or?
Yes, so I do have all my services. We do it worldwide. In fact, 90% of all my clients come from US, UK, Australia, and places of that nature.
Okay.
It's because all these sessions can be done online. All the healing sessions and coaching sessions can be done online. So, regardless of where you are in the world, you can just go to my website,
Mhm.
zeropointhealing.com. So, also for the listeners of this particular podcast, I would like to give you a special free consultation. So simply send me an email in the email address that is on my website and just mention the name of the podcast, and I'll be happy to give you that free consultation. And whatever areas of your life is affected, we can discuss and we can see how holistic healing can help you find a permanent solution for it.
Thank you so much.
All
So
right.
visit zeropointhealing.com and put in She's Successful. Send an email to Vishnu for your free session. We want to thank you so much for joining us today and for taking time out to speak to our audience and helping, those of us that are experiencing pain and emotional. And also, what we didn't touch on, and maybe you can touch on very briefly, is finances too. This can help people with their finances as well, correct?
Absolutely. So, in my case, it was those financial issues that I had in my life for which I had to come out. So, it was major for financial issues that I started receiving holistic healing sessions, and it has absolutely transformed my financial life. So, yes, it totally works.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So, all of Vishnu's links are below. Make sure you visit her zeropointhealing.com. Get your life in order for the new year is coming up. And
It
so, we
sure
need to
is.
get some healing done. So, make sure that you visit zeropointhealing.com. Do it before the end of the year. Let's start the new year off right. Thank you so much, Vishnu. And thank you to
Absolutely.
our audience for tuning in today. And until next time, guys, we'll see you later.
Thank you.
All righty.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.